All right, folks, back with a few more just minor updates. Started putting a few more of the decals on. Got the kitty, of course. Then work on these side stripes. But the biggest thing here is I've started to fill in where a lot of the paint chips were with the syringe method. So you can still see there was a scrape there, but it's definitely not damaged or as visible anymore. So we got some nicks here. A couple more on top that are tough to see. Then I'm working along and filling in along the side here with the brush too. My goal is to come back and put on a couple of layers and kind of build that up. Of course, it won't be perfect like new, but it'll be better than it was. You can see there's a few chips on top that I filled in. Pretty difficult to see where they were here, and then there is one over here somewhere. I can't even see it anymore. So along the other side, got the other stripe on, and a bunch of little pock marks were in here and working on getting those filled in. You can see, of course, if you're up close, you'll still see it. And I'm going to put another drop in each of these holes just to try and fill that in a little bit more. But overall, it's going well. Not much else to do here besides work. Got the new alternator belt on. It was mighty stiff, mighty tight actually, tighter than any vehicle alternator belt I've put on, but it was to spec, and we'll just see how that goes. So I've got a bunch of work back here to get this giant decal off. That's going to be a bear, as will the big Bobcat logo down here. So here I'm going to have to take off the lights and then heat and strip all that off. And these along the side here won't be quite as bad. They're smaller, but still, you know, it'll be some effort to get those decals put back on, especially the bigger ones down here. This is one strip here. This is all one piece. Actually looks like there were old lettering marks there from some time in the past, but we'll get it done. We got our orange spray paint, cover up some of these nicks here, just pretty the old girl up a little bit. I guess Bob. Not going to call Bob an old girl, so unless we're going to call her Roberta, I guess. We did get our white paint in, spray can for touching up this front area here below the cab. So next time I've got an afternoon, I'll pull that up as well. So we'll go back to working on our stickers. I want to show you a quick little bit on the paint on the front here. Got the Bobcat white laid down. You know, it's not perfect, it's not gonna be, but it's taking care of the bare metal, and we'll throw another coat or two on there just to try and smooth things out. It blends in pretty good. It's pretty thick stuff, so we'll get that wrapped up. And what I wanted to show you was the sticky wheel here from 3M, and it just knocks these stickers off. So let me stick you to something sticky here, and I'll give you a quick show. All right, so you can see just a couple of minutes here, just over a minute and a half with this wheel. And most of the sticker comes off. You know, I've got to go back over it. But you don't want to get it too hot, or else it just becomes one giant sticky mess on here. The other side actually took me longer to clean off the rest of the sticky residue, and I hit it with actually the Meguiar's 105. There were just some extra lines from the outlines of the old decals that I wanted to get rid of. You can see how well this turned out over here. You know, nice clean decals, no more scratches and scuffs. So we're going to keep working on this side here and get everything lined up. I did go ahead and measure up from the bottom where all these sets of decals go, so I know very easily how to place them back on in the right spot. So that will be very helpful. So we'll go ahead and take care of the rest of the stickiness here, and go ahead and come back and lay on these last couple of decals. Oh, I'm back. I totally missed the battery died trying to do the stickers. So I had 2 of them on before I realized that, and we'll get the 3rd one on, I guess. So basically all I've done is I taped off my markings where the measurements are and just set a level on to make sure they're even. And simple as just peeling off the backer. And set it on level, and it's just about as easy as that. Pull off my tape markers. Press it down more firmly with my hand, just try and get some of the air pockets out. I just take a Bondo putty tool and work to finish smoothing out any other gaps or air bubbles that might have popped in. Start from the center and work your way out. So otherwise, to take it off, I just start at one corner, typically by a point, and pull slowly and evenly. Just make sure things like the little letters don't pop up. All right, and there we go. We are labeled. Everything is pretty much approximately back where it was from the factory. That looks pretty darn good. Of course, you know, there's still some scrapes in here, and I'm not going to go through and try and respray this whole area just because, you know, it's not going to look great. But up front here, I did get that white paint down. That looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and put everything back together and call it good for today. The last thing we've got going on here, like I've said before, is just to go ahead and get this back service door cleaned up. So new Bobcat logo down there. It's not bad, but we can replace it. Of course, this new back sticker gets replaced, and then touch up all these scuffs back here. You know, this is a pretty big machine, especially pretty thick in the rear end here. So it's easy to see how somebody can catch a corner because you've got so much. You've probably got about 5 feet sticking out from behind the driver, and it's a blind spot like driving a Winnebago. So easy to see how that stuff can get nicked and dinged up. We'll go ahead and get it patched up, and that'll be project for the next day. So for right now, stay safe, enjoy the day. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, we are back. We got all of the decals scraped off. Took quite a bit of time, so I did not bore everybody with it. Basically, it took the 3M buffing wheel, took some Goo Gone, took some mineral spirits and a lot of elbow grease, but everything got taken off. So I'm going to take now and rough up the areas I'm going to paint. Right in here, probably going to just get the perimeter area here. You know, big decal goes here, so we don't need to repaint this. So kind of where it's been scuffed up and scraped along the sides, of course. So to do that, I'll get this area masked off so we don't get any overspray, as it's already been done here in the past, it appears. and we'll go ahead and get this sprayed up and get those decals back on. So here we go. So had I been planning to go through and respray the whole thing, and I probably would have got out my DA sander, gone over everything, but right now I'm just trying to clean up the paint and help prevent it from more rust, so I'm not even going to bother shooting it out with primer, just because I don't want to have to blend the two different colors of orange. Sanding is challenging, isn't it? Especially when you're out of shape or just old and work at a desk most of the day. So just kind of had roughed up the areas that I'm going to paint, so the paint's got something to stick to, and kind of blend it out. All right, so as I was saying, I just kind of had and roughed up the areas that I'm going to be painting, just so the paint's got something a little better to adhere to than the powder coated shiny paint. So we'll go ahead and get the dust cleaned off that with some thinner, mask off our area, and get ready to paint. All right, you can see here we've got it masked off. You know, it's not going to SEMA, so I don't have to be perfect. So, you know, not a huge deal there. So we'll just tape up a couple little gaps we got here, so nothing sneaks through onto the black panels, and then shoot it. Alrighty, well, we've got a first coat on here. We're going to let that dry, tack up, and then shoot around the perimeter again. And you notice I missed this area in here, mainly because there's the giant black decal that goes in here, and I don't need to spray there. But down here where the Bobcat logo goes, I will spray there again, and just kind of around the edges where you've got the damage. So you can see after the first coat, it is covering up quite well. So we will just wait for this to tack up and hit it again. We come back, we'll be all painted and unmasked and ready for decals. All right, well, here we go. Stickers are on the back end of Bob, and they do look pretty good. The top black one here, looks like the replacement sticker is a little narrow. Should have gone out, I think, right to the edge of the light. And the arc is just a little off. But you know what? For a used machine that I'm trying to clean up, I think it looks pretty darn good. The paint, OEM paint from Bobcat, laid down beautifully. I was very impressed with the results from a rattle can. So very, very happy with that. That sticker is a little crooked, but what do you do, I guess. Otherwise, everything laid down pretty well. Very happy with how the paint came out. Finish overall, I mean, it looks better than the rest of the Bobcat does, so I'd like to say I'm going to paint the rest of it, but I'm not. So we'll go ahead and kick Bob back out of the garage, because we are done. So aside from doing a little touch-up along here, again, the fill-in paint looks pretty good. from a foot or 3 away. But otherwise, the rest of the decals are on. Machine itself runs good. So that's about all I'm going to do other than use it now. So hopefully this summer, using it a whole lot more down there. I'm going to go move that giant green tank from our neighbor. So that's all for now. If you like this type of stuff, anything with wheels or tracks or engines, go ahead and hit like and subscribe below. Tell your friends. It lets YouTube know that we're good folks, and we'll share our videos with more people. So until the next video, stay safe and have a good time. Bye-bye.